Hello everyone, I am Anurag Sharma. Welcome to C Tutorial video series.
In this video, I'm going to show you a few programs, basic programs, which will make you feel more comfortable with the programming language. So in the previous video, the previous programs which I have shown you, we have not taken any input from the user. So any program which is not user interactive or does not take an input from the user, it's basically of no use. So in this video, I'm going to talk about how to take inputs from the user and how to store them and process them and give an output finally. So first program is about taking inputting two numbers, two integers and printing the sum. Okay. Kindly ignore the typos. So first line as usual is hash include IOStream int main. So I have to take integers from the user. So I am going to create two integer variables to store them. Num1, let's name them num1 and num2. That's number 1 and number 2. And then the variable that is going to store the sum. That is sum. Okay. See, in the previous video I've told you that the name of the variable should be meaningful. So see, I'm following that principle. I'm making the name of the variables quite meaningful. So let's print, ask the user to enter two integers, enter num1. Let's make it more meaningful, enter first integer. Now scanf percentage d ampersand num1. Now let's understand the meaning of this statement. Scanf, like printf, is a function, inbuilt function for printing values or any message on the output screen. Scanf is a function for inputting or accepting some inputs from the user. So just like printf function, scanf is also predefined in the library in the header file IOStream. Okay. Now let's again print, enter the second integer. Def scanf percentage d comma ampersand num2. So I forgot to explain the meaning of the percentage d, ampersand, and this variable name. See, percentage d, like I explained in the previous video, it is a format specifier and it is going to tell, we are basically specifying the type of the value or input the user is going to give us or is going to input. And ampersand is this operator. It's basically specifying the address of this variable. So whatever the input the user is going to give will be stored at the address of this variable. So if we don't specify this ampersand, the input will not be stored at the correct will not be stored in this memory location, and this is going to hold a garbage value. Now let's sum is equal to num1 plus num2. See what is happening here. I am saying that sum is equal to num1 plus num2. So what is happening here is I am adding this the value stored in num1 and num2 and assigning it to the variable sum. Okay. So one thing you must remember is, first, always the right hand part of the right hand side of the equal to sign will be computed, and the result, whatever will be the result, will be stored in the left hand part of the equal to sign. So the number will be the two numbers will be added and stored in the sum. Now let's print it. This written statement. What is the exact meaning or purpose of written, that I am going to discuss when I will talk about the topic functions. There I will tell you. So written, as of now, you can just understand whenever we declare any function, it is going to return a value. So in main function, return 0 specifies that all the intended work which we wanted to do, computation which we wanted to do, has been done successfully, and I'm going to discuss it in detail in the functions topic. Let's execute it. We have not saved it. Let's save it with the name video 2. Save. Let me enter. The first number is 3. Then I'm pressing an enter. You have to press an enter. See, it has summed up the two values and giving me the result. The next program we are going to discuss will be about inputting a number and printing the simple interest. Principal, rate, and time, and printing the simple interest. So again, I am going to create variables for storing the principal. The name I am going to make it very meaningful. Let's keep it short. Print principal, rate, time. I don't think it's a good name. Let's keep it T. So let's print and the principal. Percentage D, comma, ampersand prints. I'm going to store the inputted the value inputted by the user in this variable. Now let's ask the user to print, to enter the rate of interest. Let's scanf percentage D, comma, ampersand rate, printf, enter the period of time. Scanf percentage D, comma, ampersand D. Sorry, I forgot to create a variable for storing the simple interest. So simple interest can be fractional value. So we are not going to take integer data type for this. We are going to take the data type as float. Data type means the type of value the variable is going to hold. Float, simple interest, SI. Let's keep it SI. Now we know the formula of SI is P into R, principal into rate into time divided by 100. Interest is, sorry, comma, format specify is percentage %, and finally return 0. Let's execute it, compile and run. We are getting an error, time was not declared. Okay, I'm storing the variable as t. Again I'm getting an print was not declared. Okay, it's PRIN. Sorry for the mistake. Here also we have to make the correction. Just run it. The principal amount is 45. The rate of interest is 10, or let's keep it 5, and the time is 2. The answer should have been 45 into 2 into 5, 45 into 5 into 2 divided by 100, and that's how much. 45 into 2 is 90. 450 by 100, that should have been 4.5, but the answer we are getting is 4.00. So why is it so? This is where the importance of typecasting comes into play. What this is, see, principal is a integer data type, rate is integer variable, rate is a integer variable, t is a integer variable. So whenever this 3 will be first this bracket, the computation within this bracket will be done. So that's print into rate into time, and all 3 are integer variables. So the result is also going to be an integer. Now, when an integer is divided by an integer variable, the result is also going to be an integer. So the answer is 450 divided by 100. Okay, now that's equal to 4.5. But since the result is going to be an integer, the value following by the part after the decimal point, that means the fractional part will be truncated. Okay, so it's gonna be 4.0. That is why what I am doing is I am typecasting it as float. Okay, so all this, the result which it is going to the integer result which I am going to get will be converted to float, and that floating point, the floating value will be divided by 100. So it is going to be 450.0 divided by 100, and that's going to be 4.5. Okay, now let's quickly execute it, compile and run. Amount I am keeping is 45, rate of interest is 2, and time is 5. See, this time I am getting 4.5. So that was all about the basics of programming, basics of taking input from the user.
Thank you very much for watching this video. Please like, comment, share and subscribe to my YouTube channel, and don't forget to press the bell icon. Thank you.